You're staring at two bottles of 5W30 synthetic in the auto parts aisle. One costs $28, the other $11.99, and the $28 one is laughing at you because they're literally the same oil. Most drivers still believe the higher the price, the better the protection. Today, I'm going to prove that's the biggest lie the oil industry still gets away with. Stick with me for the next 12 minutes and you'll walk out of every parts store knowing exactly who actually made the fluid in your engine and how to save serious money without sacrificing a single mile of protection. Let's start with the shock that changes everything. Walk down any aisle and you see 30, 40, sometimes 50 different brands. Mobil 1, Castrol Edge, Pennzoil Platinum, Valvoline Advanced, Royal Purple, Lucas, Liqui-Moly, you name it. Every single one screaming ultimate protection. But behind the pretty labels, fewer than 10 companies actually refine the base oil and blend the final product for the entire United States. 5 giants control over 70% of everything you pour into your car. The rest are just sticker companies. Here's the part that blows most mechanics' minds. 4 chemical companies on the entire planet supply roughly 80% of every additive package used in every licensed motor oil sold in America. 4. Lubrizol, Infinium, Afton Chemical, and Chevron Oronite. That means when you buy Mobil 1, Pennzoil, or the $8 Walmart SuperTech, the secret sauce that actually protects your engine most likely came from the exact same drums. So how does that actually work in real life? Picture this, a giant stainless steel blending tank the size of a swimming pool. A tanker truck pulls up and pumps in Group 3 base stock that was hydrocracked in the same refinery, whether the final bottle says Castrol or SuperTech. Then the computer precisely meters in the additive package. Same Lubrizol drums, same exact chemistry that already passed API and ISAC testing. The only thing that changes is which label gets slapped on the bottle at the end of the line. That's not marketing spin. That's how the industry has quietly worked for the last 20 years. Now let's name names so you never get fooled again. ExxonMobil is the 800-pound gorilla. They make their own Mobil 1, obviously, but they also quietly blend batches for Walmart SuperTech, some GM AC Delco, certain Toyota and Nissan OEM oils, and even some Caterpillar fluids depending on the contract year. Their joint venture additive arm, Infinium, is inside more oils than you'll ever realize. Shell owns Pennzoil and Quaker State outright. Same refinery, same Group 3 plus gas-to-liquid base stocks, just slightly different additive tweaks so they can market one as the clean engine champion and the other as the tough diesel warrior. Their massive Brockway, Pennsylvania plant also fills Mopar bottles, Harley-Davidson, and half the Canadian tire house brands you've never heard of. Castrol, under BP, loves that premium racing image, yet the American version of Castrol Edge you buy at AutoZone is often blended right here in New Jersey or Texas, using the same Infinium additives that go into Arco and some John Deere turf oils before the pretty labels go on. Chevron's Oronite division is the silent partner in half the industry. Their Havoline and Delo oils are great, but so are dozens of no-name brands carrying Oronite chemistry you'd never guess came from the same drums. Valvoline, now independent again, still blends its own stuff, plus Napa and CarQuest house oils. And then there's Warren Oil Company, the undisputed king of store brands. They fill AutoZone, Advance Auto, Tractor Supply, Love's, Sheetz, you name it. One facility, dozens of different stickers, all meeting the exact same API, SP, and ISAC GF6 specs. Now, I know what you're thinking. If they're all so similar, why do some engines still grenade on cheap oil? Great question. Here's the real difference that actually matters. The big refiners who control their own base oil plants, Exxon, Shell, Chevron, invest millions in consistency testing. Bottle after bottle, year after year, the viscosity, the shear stability, the oxidation resistance stays dead on. That's the peace of mind you're really paying for with the premium labels. But the boutique players, that's where things get interesting. AmSoil still formulates its own heavy PAO synthetics in-house. Redline is ester-rich and chemically distinct. Motul in France and Liqui-Moly in Germany engineer proprietary blends especially for European performance engines. Those differences you can actually measure on a dyno and feel in extreme heat or track days. For 95% of daily drivers, though, the difference between the $12 store brand and the $28 name brand is usually smaller than the marketing budget that created the price gap. So here's the exact decision framework I give every friend who asks me what to buy. First, check your owner's manual for the exact API and OEM spec, SP, GF6A, Dexos 1 Gen 3, whatever it says. Any oil that carries that starburst on the label is legally required to perform the same. Second, decide how long you keep the car and how hard you drive it. If you're at 200,000 miles and change oil every 5,000 miles religiously, the Walmart or AutoZone full synthetic will do everything your engine needs for a fraction of the price. Third, if you track the car, tow heavy, or live in Death Valley summers, then step up to the PAO or ester oils from Amsoil, Redline, or Motul, and you'll actually feel the difference in oil temp stability. Bottom line, the engine oil aisle is 80% marketing theater and 20% real chemistry. Once you know who actually fills the bottle, you stop overpaying for the same protection. If you want me to show you the exact oils I run in my own shop trucks, the ones that have gone 300,000 miles with zero issues, drop a comment with your vehicle and I'll make that the next video. Hit like if this just saved you at least $20 next oil change, subscribe so you never get fooled by another label again, and I'll see you in the next one where we finally settle the full synthetic versus conventional debate once and for all. Drive safe.